I've said this on this channel a million times, and I'm going to keep saying it. We are so truly, truly blessed with the amount of talent that is in the NBA right now. The stars at the very top, there are so many absolute first ballot future Hall of Famers. It's ridiculous. The only probably other loaded time like this was maybe the late 80s, early 90s. That's like the only other time I can think of. We're just littered with so many dudes like Durant and Giannis and Luka and Stephen Curry and Nikola Jokic and and Kawhi Leonard, James Harden and LeBron James and Dame and Embiid. We got many so many studly players, so many absolute stars, and then young guys on the come up, like Jason Tatum, like Zion, like Trey Young and Devin Booker and Donovan Mitchell. It's the league is absolutely filthy, and we need to appreciate these guys because they won't be around much longer. Well, I don't want to say that. They won't be around our entire lives, is what I want to say. And I can't help but witness. It's just I can't help but observe, I should say. It seems like people are so ready to tear down and rip down these players as soon as they have an ugly playoff exit or like a nasty playoff performance. It's like we build them up, we build them up, we build them up, and then once they have that, we're so ready for them to have that, and we can't wait to tear them down. We can't wait to just completely slander their names and write them off as the next fraud. It's a shame, but that's what we do. That's what the media does. That's what social media does. It's just it's really it's disheartening at times, and a lot of people have agendas when they do this. They want to be proven right when this happens. So when someone who they've been campaigning against flames out in the postseason, they're so ready. They are ready. They are exuberant with the Twitter fingers. This dude's a fraud. This dude's awful. This dude will never win a title. All this. Giannis was catching hell like this for years, even though he was not even 26 yet. He was catching strays from. Are you kidding me? He'll never win a title. It's now or never. Fraud, unskilled. He's a Pippen. He's not a Batman because of a couple nasty playoff exits. Even though the loss to Toronto is overblown. That team was up 2-0 and game 3 was in overtime, but that's a whole nother thing. I've seen they were so ready. They were so ready to flame the Clippers when they went down to Denver in the 2020 playoffs. Kawhi has this awful game 7, and people are trying their best to rip on Kawhi and call him a fraud and he's not a leader and all this garbage. And I hate to break it to all the people with agendas. Odds are, these guys are in the league for so long and they go to the playoffs so many times. They have so many different chances to make history and to accomplish different things. There's so many different times. These guys have been around long enough. Everybody is going to have a nasty playoff exit. It's going to be an underwhelming exit for this player if they're around for 8 years. There's gonna, one of those is gonna be like, wait, you lost how? You lost to who? You lost when? Everybody has it. Everyone has it. We all love Dame. We all love Damian Lillard. Damian Lillard got completely embarrassed by Jrue Holiday and the New Orleans Pelicans in round one, and they were the favorites, and they got bounced. They got swept. Stephen Curry was on top of the world, and he won the MVP and everything, and he blew a 3-1 lead. He blew a 3-1 lead in the NBA Finals, and he had a miserable Game 7. He's been in the league forever. Russell Westbrook, I can't even count how many nasty playoff exits he's had. James Harden, again, I can't even count how many underwhelming playoff flameouts he's had. Like, just inefficient games, nasty games. Wait, you lost to who? Type of series. Again, like Kawhi has been around so long, eventually he was going to have a Game 7 where he shot awful. He was going to have it because he's just been in the league. The playoffs are very hard. I'm sorry, y'all. They actually are. There's a reason. It's very, very difficult to win an NBA championship. Just because you are a superstar, it does not equal, oh, well, you should win a championship. Going through the playoffs, 4 straight playoff rounds against very, very good teams, and the further you move, the harder the teams get, it's really, really, really difficult. Ask Chris Paul how difficult it is to win a championship. It's very difficult. That man's been in the league for 15 years. It's really, really difficult. And everybody, every star, when I tell you every single star ever, except for maybe Tim Duncan, because he's the GOAT. But every superstar has had a nasty playoff exit. Everybody. Odds are your favorite player has probably had a nasty playoff performance, or a nasty game, or a nasty exit where they lost to a team that they shouldn't have. Everybody. Dirk was the 1 seed. He won the MVP. They lost to the 8 seed in 6 games. Kevin Durant blew a 3-1 lead in the conference finals. Joel Embiid just this past season, losing to the Atlanta Hawks in round 2 when they were absolutely the favorites, maybe to come out of the East. Everybody has them. Everybody has them. And Luka's going to have them in the future. Zion's going to have them in the future. Jokic just got swept. I'm sure somebody's going to use that on his resume down the line to make an argument. You know, Tatum's going to have nasty exits. Booker and Trey and Donovan, the longer their careers go on, they're all going to have nasty exits. Everybody does. LeBron James has had a nasty playoff exit. Who remembers 2011? It's infamous. Everyone does. Tragic Johnson. Like, MJ lost 3 straight years in a row to the Detroit Pistons. Everybody. Kobe's had nasty exits. Everybody has had disgusting playoff exits. Do you know why? Because the playoffs are really hard. I hate to break it to you. The playoffs are really hard. Tracy McGrady never made it out of round one because the playoffs are hard. There's a lot of good teams that you have to beat over and over and over again. My point is, we need to cut these guys some slack. Because now, a lot of the people that called Giannis Pippen, or called him Robin, or said he has no skill, well, now you look stupid. Now you look really dumb because he's holding up a Finals MVP. Every great player is gonna have a moment where it doesn't look great. It's hard. The playoffs are really hard, is my point. It's not just, well, you're great, therefore you should be in the finals every year. I'm not worried about circumstances. You're great, therefore you should go deep in the playoffs every year, period. That's not how it works. It's not how it works, y'all. There's different circumstances that keep people from doing what they can do. And look, like I said, if you're around long enough, you're going to have a playoff moment that's not great. And nobody's perfect. I know people don't want to hear that, but it's the truth. Nobody's perfect. If you're around long enough, you are bound to shoot 5 for 19 and lose by 20. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen eventually. You have to fail before you can reach the top. That's what I'll say. And I already know the Luka. As soon as Luka loses again, I already know what's coming for him. When Zion loses in an ugly fashion, I know what's coming for him. And I just want to remind y'all, the playoffs are really hard. That's my 4th time saying that. But it needs to be emphasized. It needs to be remembered whenever you're slandering somebody for shooting 35% in a playoff game. They can't be perfect every game. I'm sorry. But that is my rant. That's my rant. I've seen people just ready to pounce on players after they shoot like garbage. The truth is, your favorite player has probably had a nasty playoff exit that you didn't love. I know mine have. So that's my point. But anyway, if you enjoyed hearing me rant, hit the like button. If you agree, hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button so you don't miss another video. And yeah, man, I'm gonna be out. This has been Playoff Don talking about the playoffs. But peace.